All the cars in position then on the grid here at Pembrey. The red lights come on and go out fairly quickly. You can see the rear wheels gripping in there from, I think, Steve Cheatham's car, so hopefully a good start for him this time to make up for a poor first race this weekend for him, as the cars head down towards the first corner, and it's Kirkham just about with the advantage, although Will Penrose did manage to just about get ahead under brakes. He's going to be on the outside line and losing places hand over fist there, coming out of Hatchets and going through Spitfires. That's Steve Cheatham then into second position. Will Penrose just about hanging on to third place, it looks like, in the blue number 2 car, yes indeed, and it's Jonathan Ramsey in fourth position in car number 3. But Alistair Kirkham leads the way as they go over the crossing for the first time. Here at the inside though comes Steve Cheatham, Will Penrose to the outside as well, so Kirkham being monstered in the opening stages of his first lap. Now Ramsey moving his way into third position. Bit of contact between the two teammates there. Steve Cheatham rides the storm well though, and Penrose now on the outside of the Ramsey car. I think Penrose may well have fallen down to fourth position, has he? No, it looks like he's still in that third spot, so separating the two teammates at the moment. And Alistair Kirkham finally is given a little bit of breathing space, has opened up about a car's length for the lead.
Well, this has been a particularly feisty first lap, hasn't it? With those 4 cars going wheel to wheel around the first 1.5 miles of this Pembrey circuit. On board now we go with Will Penrose, the man who started on the outside of the front row. He's dropped back to third now behind Steve Cheatham, of course. Steve Cheatham, who's had 2 wins this season. There's the number 3 car ahead now of number 99 Graham Hurt. He's very much the man to watch, already up 1 place from his 6th position on the grid. We'll see what he can do. Can he make it up to towards the front of the field this time, as he won yesterday? Number 3 though is Jonathan Ramsey, putting the pressure on Will Penrose still. He was briefly into third at this point on the previous lap, but he hasn't made it through this time. His car prepared by Lodge Sports, as is that of Steve Cheatham. Steve Cheatham, the director of that company. His father, Ernie, also coordinates the Porsche 924 Championship. On board now with Alistair Kirkham, looking back at Steve Cheatham there as they come down that short straight into the right-hander. King, you could see going through there. A couple of non-starters, unfortunately. Paul Finn and Bob Searles not able to take the start of this race, which means that we had 12 cars on the grid for the second race of the weekend for the Porsche 924s, and at the moment it's Alistair Kirkham leading the way at the hairpin.
It's still Steve Cheatham in second place, but as I say that, he starts to overlap race leader Alistair Kirkham, and they almost run to abreast through the right-hander at Spitfires. Possibly a little bit of contact between the top 2 as they went through there, and our onboard car is slowing. You will notice Will Penrose with problems. He's struggling for a gear by the looks of things. He's lost drive anyway. Whether that's gearbox related, not quite sure, but he's going to have to turn right and straight into the pits and straight into retirement, which is a real shame because Will Penrose was, well, hoping for another podium finish in this second race of his weekend. Not to be, and Will into retirement. Back on board with Alistair Kirkham, still race leader, of course, looking back towards the 2 teammates, and also Graham Hurd involved as well. It's still Steve Cheatham though in second position. He comes from Manchester, as you'd expect really with a name like that, as does our race leader Alistair Kirkham as well, so a Mancunian battle for the top 2 at the moment. Third place is Graham Hurd, who's now got the right side of Jonathan Ramsey. But another great scrap here, 4 cars involved in the race lead. And Graham Hurd, of course, having already won race 1, is slowly closing in perhaps on the top 2. We're having a brief glimpse of John Broadley in car 31 with the novice cross on the back.
Now it looks like it's 3 for the lead. It looks like Jonathan Ramsey's fallen back a bit now. Steve Cheatham having another eventful race by the look of it, with the champion in Porsche 924s in 2005, and now he loses a position. He goes down to third place because Graham Hurd, the winner of race 1 this weekend, gets through into second position. He can now try and chase down Alistair Kirkham, just as he did yesterday. Down the right-hander they go, on to the pit straight here, past the new pit lane, recently completed at Pembrey. Now up towards Hatchet's Heavens, just a slight, almost imperceptible right-hand kink before you arrive at that corner. They're turning through now, having had a pretty heavy break, and Graham Hurd, well, dropping back there from Alistair Kirkham as we go back to see this battle there. Steve King also involved there. It looks like the number 11 car, which is that of Gareth Broadbent as well. So good battles going on down the order. It's not the biggest field of Porsche 924s that we've seen here at Pembrey this weekend, but they're putting on some very good action nevertheless. Now the top two are right together. It's the two red cars, and Graham Hurd is mounting an attack on number 7, the race leader, Alistair Kirkham.
He definitely is, yeah. Number 99 means business, but he didn't get the best run through Honda there. You can see the car wiggling around, and taking advantage of that, I think, is Steve Cheetham. It's difficult to tell the two cars apart, either Jonathan Ramsey or Cheetham, and it looks like the 43 car, so it's Steve Cheetham in second place, but here comes Graham Hurd. A little bit of contact again, but Cheetham holds on to the car, and here comes Jonathan Ramsey now, who might spy an overlap, not quite. So looking fairly skittish was the number 99 car through Honda. He's lost out on second place. He clearly has the pace to match race leader Alistair Kirkham, so he'll have to just settle down back into a rhythm again. It's very much a rhythm circuit, this track in South Wales here at Pembrey, but very much a driver's circuit as well, enjoyed by all who come here. Very often, whatever championship you're involved in, it usually only means one visit to Pembrey, so you've got to take your chances while you can. We're still looking at the battle further down the field involving Steve King in the Gulf-coloured 924, and also Gareth Budbent a bit further down. And Steve Cheetham still in the wheel tracks of Alistair Kirkham, but unable to find a passing point just yet.
A bit closer now than he was, though. As they turn away through the right-hander, Steve Cheetham just loses the car a little bit as they came through Honda there onto the pit straight, but he's going to stay in the tow. You get a reasonable tow for these cars, but he's not quite close enough yet, I don't think, to take advantage of it. It's a big stop though down here at Hatchett's. Oh, and yes, there is a nudge there, and he couldn't get much closer than that. There was contact, and the rear bumper of Alistair Kirkham's car is now drooping rather badly. Steve Cheetham has been in a little bit of contact with various drivers throughout the course of this weekend. Now, I think was accidental. It was just a gentle tap. It was just enough to dislodge that bumper. Now, is that going to prove a hindrance to Alistair Kirkham? Steve Cheetham's going to try and take advantage as they make their way through the S's now. Over the curb goes Cheetham. Oh, and there's a little bit of contact there, and that sends the number 7 car spinning around onto the graph. Alistair Kirkham comes to a halt. Now, is he going to be able to get going again, or is that his race run? There's smoke pouring from underneath the bonnet. Well, that's not looking too clever, is it? Alistair climbing out. He spots the smoke. He's going to have a look at that, I think. He unlatches the bonnet. He'll probably just want to get some air to the engine, if nothing else. But what that does mean now is that Steve Cheetham has gone into the lead. Graham Hurd is second, or is he? Because now the number 3 car of Jonathan Ramsey trying to make it to Lodge Sports. 1, 2, side by side. They're rubbing paintwork as they go through Spitfires, and the number 3 car does move into second position. That's Jonathan Ramsey.
Yeah, great move that. Much later on the brakes than Graham Hurd, and no real answer from the number 99 car. Can Ramsey stay there though, because we know that Graham Hurd has got the pace in his car, but he's struggling defensively, I would say, into Hatchett's. Been done there a number of times so far in this race. And you can see some remains, I think, possibly from the clash between Steve Cheetham and Alistair Kirkham just a lap ago. Still a bit of debris littering the track, so you need to be careful as you approach the Brooklands hairpin. There are the cars in second and third positions. Jonathan Ramsey, if anything, starting to bridge the gap now towards race leader. He's leaving the number 99 car in his wake. Going through the right-hander at Honda to complete another lap. There is a disconsolate looking Alistair Kirkham though, and you can see the car also looking pretty downtrodden, unfortunately. It was a violent spin for the number 7 car. He was close to rolling it as the car started to dig into the turf. So he'd be pleased that the car didn't end up on its roof, but all the same, he'd love to still be leading this race, I'm sure.
So it's the 2 black cars now, 1, 2. Graham Hurd in third position. I think up into fourth has gone Matt Davis. So I think the number 31 car just going through shot again, which is that of John Broadley. He is now very nearly a lap down to the race leader Steve Cheetham. A lap around here taking just under 1 minute 10 seconds for the quickest cars. Broadley lapping in around about the 12s, and then in the course of a 20-minute race, then that is just about enough for the leaders to catch the slower cars. It's an average speed around here of about 75 miles an hour, but it's a circuit with 2 slow corners. There are some quick bends as well, and the straight, in particular the straight down to Hatchett's, and problems there, and that is for the man who won yesterday's race. It looks as if Graham Hurd is not going to finish the second race of the weekend, It's going to be his third non-finish of the season. Yes, it is. He pulls onto the grass now. What a disastrous day it's been for the top three in the championship, with Graham Hurd, Alistair Kirkham and Will Penrose all retiring.
It's looking like it's going to be a formation finish then for Lodge Sports. Steve Cheetham leading the way from Jonathan Ramsey. As they head down the Speedway straight, you can see yellow flags being held at that marshal post, and that I would think is for the stranded Graham Hurd car, who retired in this kind of vicinity. Through Honda then for the final time, and Steve Cheetham will take the race win. The second race of the weekend goes to Steve ahead of Jonathan Ramsey.